Hello everyone. Welcome to animated video note series of all the commerce subjects created and owned by Manaswi Mehta, founder of businesslike-notes.com. For all the exam related notes and chapter highlights, you can visit our website businesslike-notes.com. So, let's begin.
Objective of business. That is, why we are carrying out a particular business. What business owners plan to achieve. An objective is the starting point of the business. Every business is directed towards achievement of certain objectives. Now, what are objectives? It refers to all that the business people want to get in return for what they do. It is generally believed that business activity is carried out only for earning profits. Even business persons themselves proclaim that their primary objective is to produce or distribute goods or services for profit. Now, what is profit? Profit, it is simply the excess of revenue over cost. Let's take the example of bakery business, where expenses or cost of a bakery business includes cake ingredients, chef's salary, rent, etc. Say the total cost to produce one cake is rupees 150. Now the sale price for selling one cake is rupees 200. So profit is sales revenue minus expenses, that is rupees 200 minus 150 is rupees 50 per cake is the profit earned by the bakery owner. Now every business is said to be an attempt on the part of business people to get more than what they have invested or spent. In other words, profit is basically the excess of revenue over cost. Now there are two ways to see this. As we learned that profit is the main objective or the leading objective of any business, it is not the only one objective of business. But the importance of profit as an objective of business cannot be ignored. Why? Because of various reasons. Like, it is the source of income for business person. It is also the source for meeting expenses and finance for meeting expansion requirement of business. Profit indicates efficient working of business and it builds the reputation of business enterprises. It can be taken as the society's approval of the utility business. However, too much emphasis on profit to the exclusion of all other objectives can be dangerous for a good business. Obsessed with profit, business managers may neglect other responsibilities towards customers, employees, investors, and society at large. They may be inclined to exploit various sections of society to earn immediate profits, like creating noise pollution or air pollution, or cutting off trees, deforestation for urbanization. It is being increasingly realized nowadays that the business enterprises are part of the society and they need to fulfill several objectives including social responsibility to survive and prosper in the long run. That is the reason why there is a hardly any sizable business enterprise whose only objective is maximization of profit. Thus, we can say in conclusion that yes, profit is the main objective of the business, but it is not the only objective of business.
So, let us discuss what are the other objectives of business in addition to profit maximization.
Let's move on to next topic, multiple objective of business. Since a business has to balance a number of needs and goals, it requires multiple objectives. It cannot cannot follow only one objective and expect to achieve excellence. Objectives also enable the business to analyze their own performance and take steps as necessary to improve their performance in future. Objectives are needed in every area and sphere of business where performance and results affect the survival and prosperity of business. For example, the target number of units to be produced needs to be defined, sales targets have to be set, and the amount of capital to be raised has to be estimated. The objectives define in concrete terms what the business is going to do. We will discuss some of these areas in upcoming slides. Market standing. Market standing refers to the position of an enterprise in relation to its competitors. A business enterprise must aim at standing on a stronger footing in terms of offering competitive products to its customer and serving them to their satisfaction. Let's take the example of telecom industry. With the introduction of Jio by Reliance, there were only two companies who were able to manage the competition given by the Jio. They are Vodafone and Airtel. Thus, three major market players in telecom industry today are Vodafone, Airtel and Jio. Innovation. Innovation is the introduction of new ideas or methods in the way something is done or made. There are two kinds of innovation in every business: innovation in product or services and innovation in various skills and activities needed to supply product and services. No business enterprise can flourish in a competitive world without innovation. Therefore, innovation becomes an important objective. Let's take the example of gas stove, where earlier chulha were popular, but later on companies came with innovative product, that is gas stove with 2, 3 or even 4 burners. Productivity. Productivity is ascertained by comparing the value of output with the value of inputs. It is used as a measure of efficiency. Let's take the example of bakery, where inputs can be raw material, chef salary and other costs like rent. So the value of input is say rupees 150 per cake, whereas the value of output is rupees 100 to 100 per cake. So efficiency is value of output, that is cake, minus value of input, that is cake ingredients, which is rupees 50 per cake. Now, in order to ensure continuous survival and progress, every enterprise must aim at greater productivity through the best use of available resources. Thus, it should reduce the value of inputs and should increase the value of output. Physical and financial resources. Any business requires physical resources like plant, machines, offices, etc. and financial resources, that is funds, to be able to produce and supply goods and services to its customers. The business enterprise must aim at acquiring these resources according to their requirements and use them efficiently. Earning profits. One of the objectives of business is to earn profits on capital employed. Profitability refers to the profit in relation to capital investments. Now, how profit is calculated? It is total sales minus total expenses. Again, let's take the example of bakery business where expenses comprises of the ingredients cost, rent, chef's salary. Let's say total expenses amount to rupees 150 per cake, whereas the sale includes selling of the cake, that is rupees 200 per cake. Then the profit will be sale rupees 200 per cake minus the expenses, that is rupees 150 per cake, which is rupees 50 per cake. Every business must earn a reasonable profit, which is so important for its survival and growth. Manager performance and development. Business enterprises need managers to conduct and coordinate business activities. Various programs for motivating managers need to be implemented, like Employee of the Month. Managers' performance and development, therefore, is an important objective. The enterprises must actively work for this purpose. Worker performance and attitude. Worker performance and attitude determine their contribution towards productivity and profitability of any enterprise. Therefore, every enterprise must aim at improving its worker performance. It should also try to ensure positive attitude on the part of worker.
Let us take an example of a worker working at a construction site. Now, management has to ensure that the worker has a positive attitude while working there. Management has to provide the worker with a proper protective wear kit, which includes safety glasses, gloves, etc. Social responsibility. Social responsibility refers to the obligation of a business firm to contribute resources for solving social problems and work in a socially desirable manner. As business is part of a society, it is the obligation of the business to give back to the society. Thank you everyone for watching our video. If you are interested in online classes or career related guidance in commerce, you can write us on businesslikenotes@gmail.com. If you liked our video, please subscribe to our channel for more updates. Thank you.